Listen to that. Gorgeous, innit? We all love a bit of nature, don't we? And programmes like Springwatch, an annual TV show that watches British wildlife during the changing seasons, offer us a unique insight into these animals' lives. Thing is, for programmes like The Watchers to run, it requires a lot of time, effort and equipment. With over 60 crew and 35 cameras, it's one of the biggest outside broadcasts that the BBC offers, so it needs a lot of power. But in an effort to be more green and protect the wildlife they feature, Springwatch has taken a number of measures to cut down their emissions, and we turn up to one of their production bases to see what they are. Now this is the big one, the green hydrogen generator. Why is it called green hydrogen? Because the process of electrolysis that's used to separate the hydrogen from the water is powered by solar energy. If it was powered by fossil fuels, then it'll be known as blue or black hydrogen. Not so good, it kind of defeats the purpose. But with solar, you're using clean energy to make clean energy.
Compared to diesel generator, it's a 3.5 tonne reduction based on what we normally do on a couple of weeks' use.
On a couple of weeks, 3.5 tonnes?
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
Jeez.
The only two things that this outputs is heat and brand new water, the newest water in the universe. And this is it here, this is where it comes out. It's all there is. It's brand new. It's absolutely pure.
Oh, it's drinkable.
Tastes the weirdest thing. There's no taste at all.
Really?
Yeah, it just tastes so, it's all texture.
Okay.
Nothing to it. No minerals, no nothing. You're not keen?
No, it's fine. It's just, it goes in your mouth and then disappears. Yeah. But what are these then?
So these are the canisters that contain the hydrogen that we're using to power the event. Each of these stacks weighs 1.5 tonnes,
right.
But within that, contained in that, is 7.7 kilograms of hydrogen. Each gram of that hydrogen is capable of producing 100 kilowatts per second.
And this machine can produce up to 100 kilowatts an hour. That's enough to power a laptop for 200 days.
At the moment we're doing 22 kilowatts, so we've still got quite a lot of headroom to go. It's just basically ticking over here. At the moment it is slightly more expensive, but like anything, this essentially is the cutting edge of green technology. It is. And over time the cost will go down.
Wow, it's a massive operation.
So this is the site that we're working on, 4,000 acres that we've got access to, which is a huge area to cover. So what we've done is we've been putting fibre across the whole site, and as a way of trying to keep that there, and again working on the CO2 thing, we put in the fibre once and we leave it here for the duration, and we've got nodes up and down the site where we can connect to as we come back and go live.
I mean, you must have your favourite name here, right? I know what my favourite name is here. We go for that. They also have solar-powered cameras that they've installed on sites, such as in this beehive here. So there's a sustained effort across the site to lower emissions, but also off-site. A lot of producers are now utilising the work-from-home way of working, so they don't spend unnecessary fuel going to sites. And for the really remote sites, they're using solar panels to power up their recording setups. But there's also one more special thing about this system. It uses AI to flag a clip when an animal appears and tries to identify it.
So this year we've got 32 wildlife cameras across the site, and all of those need to be monitored and logged for activity 24 hours a day. That's a fairly intensive process when it comes to labour. So R&D, BBC R&D have come up with AI tools that will help identify different forms of wildlife. They are very accurate. Species of birds are often quite distinct, so it's very good at identifying birds of particular different shapes and colours, so it does perform very, very well.
Now these changes aren't without cost. As mentioned earlier, the green hydrogen generator isn't normally as cheap as a diesel-powered one, and new ways of working always require some adjustment. But the team want to do what they can to set an example.
It hasn't been seamless, but they were very determined to take advantage of that new carbon-friendly technology, and we pioneered it. Using new technologies that are basically being pioneered in science and bringing them to media is, from my point of view, really, really exciting. And the guys in the van here, our story developers, we asked them to say, was that the male? Was that the female? Was that one? Was that one? AI and all that technology that we've got is telling them instantaneously. But we're not going to save the world on our own. We're not going to save the reputation of media when it comes to environment on our own. We need sport. We need light entertainment. We need drama. Everyone's got to buy into this.
Change is never convenient or easy, but the team here at Springwatch are taking strides forward to help the BBC reach its goal of net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. And here's hoping when it comes to powering our devices, this is a sign of things to come.